Peace, it's Bronzebird here with another video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you. So this is a basic concept, a basic topic of conversation. I know us as so-called Black people get into this mode where, we ask a lot of questions. What is the solution? What is the solution? What is the solution? Very much it becomes a lackluster topic of conversation in which I think people start to become ego-driven or like to be ego-stroked into believing this idea that someday so-called Black people at large are going to fix themselves with the problems of America or the Western world that goes on with the elitist class wanting to keep the Black man down and uplift the Black woman and all these different things out here, or using the whole entire environment that we come from as a way of saying we never want to fix things in our own community and such and things like that. I like to spread jewels. I like to spread a lot of awareness that people may not or may be aware of. Because I do believe in some senses, you have to start talking about doing something, not sitting up there saying you're going to do something and you don't do shit. In this channel, at least I try to hold people accountable, because even in my real life, I'm holding myself accountable to things that I do. The thing about it is taking the step. And I feel like a good amount of so-called Black people do not want to take the step. They're all talk. They're not all about action. They're not about shit. I mean, I give them credit. There's certain people out here who's doing the work of having their own television shows, their own version of Netflix, having their own versions of like Uber Eats and all these different things. I give it to them. And I want brothers to understand, it's not always so-called Black women. There are so-called Black men out there changing the paradigm, owning businesses, and being able to move and maneuver through society by creating something that's better for the people, quote unquote. But again, I tell people, I warn people, this is not a pro-Black channel. This is just about giving awareness. Do I use so-called Black people as my talking points a lot of the time? Yes, I do. Just because of the fact that I am so-called Black, right? But the thing about it is, it's the importance. Because when you start to see things, you start to understand how things can be made, how things can be moved, how we can move from one place to another, and how we can cross the bridge to one side to the other side where we all can win, or the most that have a thinking mind and have a progressive mindset can move in a better direction than before. That's it. And you know something? I get so sick and tired of brothers and sisters talking this whole entire Tulsa, Oklahoma shit all day. And they try to use these whole entire things of saying, well, we need to build a new Tulsa, Oklahoma. When if you look around America, I don't know if it like the UK or other places or Canada, you have so-called Black suburbs where so-called Black people earn a good amount of money. They earn over 100K and all these different things. So people always just want to think that so-called Black people must be restricted to just the hood. And even in the hood, you can make a difference. You understand? And especially now, because we talk about this whole entire threat for the last 40 years, about gentrification, about how we feel some type of way about gentrification, all these random so-called white people living in your neighborhood and stuff like that. I mean, it's not their fault. You got to look at the developer's fault, and look at the lobbyists, and look at those people you think is your friends, but they're not your friends. The people that's in your skin tone, that don't give a damn about you because they're about the money. So I just wanted to share this article with you guys to give you a perspective on what I think, which I thought was a pretty cool thing that this so-called Black couple decided to do, and which I think is a beautiful thing. So check this out. And they're millennials. Check this out. Black millennial couple builds sustainable, eco-friendly home division in Atlanta, Georgia. And shout outs to Black News. Elise and Majesty Gale are two career-oriented individuals who found each other on a popular dating app. After getting married, they established a successful real estate company called Evo Group Holdings that has already grossed over $1.5 million. Amazing. When Elise's marketing skills and Majesty's entrepreneur prowess, they elevated their company to new heights within no time. They proved to the world that entrepreneurs do not have to comprise in revenue if they are working for the betterment of the community. We can be profitable and still be helpful to as many people as possible. Everyone should play their part, help each other, and benefit, says Majesty. Majesty and Elise are determined to help people in this crisis. There was already a housing crisis. However, the COVID-19 pandemic highlighted it further as people suffered from housing insecurity. However, the couple is determined to improve the situation, creating better housing in distressed areas. With the recent outbreak of the coronavirus, the couple shifted their focus towards building container home subdivisions and mixed use property in Atlanta. They are working to provide relief to the people by improving the distressed locations by converting them into comfortable and sustainable houses. Evo Haven is one of their container home developments for working Americans, providing solutions to address housing insecurity. These modern and cozy living spaces are made of shipping containers, recycled materials, and utilize renewable energy sources. See, that's more centric with today's pattern, especially when they talk about greenhouse gas emissions and also talking about how we need to, use different materials so they don't keep harming the planet and all that other stuff. Yeah. There are several floor plans featuring a sleek design, energy efficient HVAC systems, and can be equipped with solar and geothermal energy sources. Moreover, these features reduce air pollution by curbing carbon emissions and are a solution for modern and sustainable infrastructure in an equitable clean energy future. Our goal is to be profitable, energy efficient, and solve a global crisis. We have a new and exciting way to advance the real estate industry like no other company, says Majesty. Their company also offers an immediate retail level product that is the synthesis of style, efficiency, and social responsibility. The residential properties are 1,200 plus square feet, and some units offer features like LEED certified appliances, large sliding doors, and rooftop patios. The first Evo Haven community will be developed in South Fulton, Georgia. The units will be available for pre-sale starting March 2021. So that was last year. So more than likely this year it's probably up. The primary focus of our developments are in opportunity zones, says Majesty. The goal is to be profitable, energy efficient, and solve a global crisis. We have a new and exciting way. Okay, they already said this. So with local support, the company will seek financial and social returns on an array of residential and multifamily developments that are built with exceptional speed, quality, and visual appeal not currently found in the marketplace. And family, you see that? That's a beautiful thing. It's a millennial couple. It doesn't matter how they met up or this, that, and the third, and also say this to men. Because, I see a lot of men that may see these women be developing up businesses and maybe on some stuff like, oh yeah, she's involved in real estate. She make more money than me, or, she working this, that, and the third. The woman is supposed to be on your program also. The reason I did this is because they worked as a team. They had a goal and a strategy in mind. She's not working against the man and the man isn't working against her. They both have a strategy in mind. Now, remove the idea that it's a pro-black or a black love or this, that, and the third, and you start to see there might be women out there that want to be on the same page as you, so-called black men. Doesn't matter. So I just need that to be told, but I also want to make this a video in an idea to say, put your money where your mouth is, basically. All this stuff y'all talk online, all this stuff y'all talk about in these meetings, especially these pro-black leaders, so-called, want to be able to still go out here and start marching as soon as they start hearing a development and a new community of hood is coming out, but they don't want to create no goddamn leeway to create new little developments for the people at large or their supporters or so-called black people. You understand? It's like a crabs in a bucket mentality. At least do something. No more of this talk about Tulsa, Oklahoma, and his Weeksville and, Timbuktu and all these random communities that happened in like the 30s and 40s that was destroyed by the so-called white mob and all this other stuff. It's time for something new. And never ignore that there aren't communities out there, so-called black people, who are financially competent. Start somewhere. Peace.